here. Okay, hi. So my name is Kim Hess, and this is a new moon manifesting with essential oils workshop. And I wanted to start this evening with just some grounding, some stretching. Let's just reach our arms out and just open up the hearts. We're just going to bring ourselves into our bodies here and come up and just side to side. Just kind of listen to your body, what feels good. Maybe holding onto the wrists and twisting side to side here. Just kind of bringing yourself into your body. And then we'll take a deep breath in and raise the arms up, and exhale, release the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale, release down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And just allow the eyes to close for just a moment. And we're just going to bring ourselves into the moment. Just noticing the breath. Settling into the exhales here. So we're going to allow those exhales to release any tension from the day. Using your mind's eye, scanning through the body. Noticing any areas of tension and just breathing into those areas and exhaling the tension. With the inhales, we can focus on creating the space within the torso, within the body itself. So the inhales are creating space and openness and vastness, while the exhales are releasing the tightness and the stress and the tension. So we can just be here right now. All right, just take a nice deep breath in. And exhale with an audible sigh. You can gently open your eyes. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you guys are with me. This is another super new moon in Sagittarius. And I've got to tell you this story. It was very funny today. I've got an Alexa. I don't know how many of you guys have Alexas, but she's one of my bestest friends. And every morning we have a little chat, and she, tells me the weather and what's on my schedule. She's like my personal assistant. So this morning I thought, I've never done this before. I said, Alexa, tell me about today's new moon. So she, came up and she told me. Oh, now she's talking to me. Alexa, stop. So she's talking to me and telling me a little bit about today's new moon. And then she says, so basically what I'm telling you, and this is word for word what Alexa said to me. Basically, what I'm telling you is that you need to walk your talk. I went, wow, that was a bitch slap in the face. Because I honestly have been getting that message from a lot of different sources. I got to start practicing what I preach, walking my talk. So it was very hilarious when Alexa said that to me this morning. I kind of had to crack up, so I had to share that story. So why are we here? We're here to celebrate the new moon. The new moon is such a magical time. It's a time that we can align with our authentic self. It's a time where we are just at the end of the phase, which I'm going to get into the phases here in just a couple of minutes. But it's at the time where we're rested, we're fully rested, we're open, we have figured out what works, what doesn't work. We're ready to plant the seeds. We're ready to move on. And with the moon cycles, we plant seeds on the new moon, and as the moon grows, the seeds begin to grow. And so we'll get into that that whole metaphor here in just a minute, because the farmers know. So working with moon magic and the phases of life. So we've got not just the 4 phases of the moon, but we also have the 4 seasons in the year. We also have the seasons of our lives. And so starting with the moon phases, we have 4 phases. We have got the emergence phase, which is where we're beginning right now. So basically today's the new moon. So as we breathe out, as we exhale from the new moon, we're going to be going into the emergence phase. This is the phase this week. It's a phase of planning and organizing and getting things ready, figuring out what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. The following week, after the first quarter, is called the rhythm of success. This is where we take the action. So first we plan and then we take action. Both of these phases are when the moon is waxing, so it's growing. So during these first 2 weeks, this is when we plant those seeds, we nourish those seeds, we get them to grow. And then we hit the full moon. And then after the full moon, it's the emission phase. So this is the completion phase. So any projects we've started that we have an end date of within a month, any projects we've started, we complete or pause, put them on pause. So we kind of wrap things up for the month. And then the final phase is the into the darkness phase. And this is from the 3rd quarter to the new moon, which is the week we just are coming out of. This is the time to rest, reflect, really focus on self-care. And the seasons of the moon correspond with the 4 seasons in the year. Does that make sense to you guys? Do this, yes. So with the 4 seasons of the year, we just are completing the into the darkness phase. So this is why this is a very, very, very special time, because we're at the end of the moon phase, the into the darkness moon phase, and the into the darkness seasonal phase. So next Monday, and if you haven't already, sign up for the winter solstice celebration next Monday evening. It's going to be phenomenal. We're going to do yoga nidra and continue working on our intention setting. And so we're at the end of this time. So if you, the last 3 months, have experienced just kind of a wanting to stop, reflect, rest, paying attention to what worked, what didn't work, that's exactly what you were supposed to be doing. All right. This is that time when you just sit back and chill. You take care of yourself, you pay attention, and then moving into the next phase after winter solstice on Monday, not only does the light start coming back, yay, but we enter that season. The next 3 months is the season of emergence. So this is that season where we're planning. We're figuring out what seeds are getting planted. We're starting to plant some seeds. And think about this with the farming season, like a farmer. During this season, into the darkness, they're resting, because they're finished with their harvest, they're resting, they're reflecting what crops worked, what crops didn't, what areas of their farm worked, what do they need to turn, all that stuff that farmers think about. And then this month, if you're in an area like I am in Idaho, they can't really plant seeds during the emergence phase, so they do their planning. They figure out where they're going to plant what. So this is the planning phase. Towards the end of the season, or they start to maybe prepare a little bit, getting that preparation done, if the soil is opened up enough. And then we move into the rhythm of action, or rhythm of success phase, the action phase, which is the summertime. or the late spring, it'd be March or April, May, and June. And this is where the seeds get planted for sure, like for real. And speaking of farming, we get to plant our seeds because they're here now. And they get everything taken care of. And then the completion, the emissions phase, July, August, September is when they wrap everything up. This is the harvest season. And then they go back into the darkness. And so just like with the moon phases, the seasonal phases, we also have these phases in life. So we have our childhood, our puberty, our young adult years, and our adult years. Does all this make sense to you? How it's really important if we're living in our childhood years, we can't be doing things that an adult does. And in our into the darkness phase of our life, we can't expect to be doing things that a child does. So when we accept these seasons and these phases of life and just go with the flow, everything's so much easier. It's just easier. And so I've really been bringing in specifically the phases of the moon and the seasons. And actually, I'm creating a whole year-long program called Psychology of the Seasons that works with all of this information. So I'm really excited to be working on that. Let's see. All right. So I'm guessing most of you have heard the wolf story. So the question is, start thinking, which wolf do you feed? So the story is, if you've heard it or not, I'm going to go ahead and read it real quick. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside of me, he said to the boy. It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false, pride, shame, superiority, and ego. He continued. The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside of you and inside every other person too. The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, which wolf will win? And the old Cherokee simply replied, the one that you feed. So this story, it's interesting how the universe serves. Last night, I kept having all these dreams that was this slide right here. Thoughts become things. The cycle of thoughts, emotion, beliefs, behaviors, and results. That circle, that cycle. I dreamt about it all night. And then this morning, when I sat down to do my meditation, a little pug for calm. I love the calm meditations. It talked about the wolf story, which goes to our thoughts and our emotions. And so it was perfect. So I knew I had to share this whole concept with y'all tonight. So as thoughts become things, when we can change our thoughts, you can change your world. There is a thought, or we'll have a thought, whatever that is, whether we judge it to be negative or positive, whatever it is, that thought creates emotion, an emotion. Our emotions create our belief systems and our beliefs, which lead to our behaviors or our actions, which gives us our results. So anytime in life, all you have to do is look at the results you have in your life, and you can trace it all the way back to your thoughts. And the scary part about this cycle is when we have those thoughts and it comes up, and then we get the results, and the results will confirm that original thought. Does that make sense to you guys? So if we have the thought, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve to make money, that emotions that's going to come from that is fear, scarcity, unworthiness, shame. And then we're going to go into our beliefs that really embody those emotions and those thoughts, that I'm unworthy. This is my belief, which is going to lead us to the behaviors and actions which we self-sabotage, we procrastinate, we stop, which is going to lead us to the results of an empty bank account, or whatever it is, which confirms, see, this is the result I have, my thought was right. So this is why changing our thoughts and really being intentional with the thoughts that are going on in our head on a moment by moment basis is so, so important. And later on this evening, we're going to do some new journaling technique that I've discovered recently, and I am absolutely loving it, and I think you will too, that really solidifies this cycle. All right. So, intentions for this evening. We are going to slide this back over here. There we go. Oops. Jumped ahead. Welcome. Okay, so my intention for this evening is to introduce you to some essential oils that specifically work with intention setting and manifestation. We're going to talk about preparing your space, using the essential oils to prepare your space. I'm going to guide you through a manifestation meditation. We're going to call in the energy of Lakshmi, which is one of my favorite things to do. And then at the end, I'm going to offer you some practical tools and action steps that you can start implementing into your life, integrating into your daily process. All right. Okay, there. All right. So my name is Kim. As most of you know, I am a mama bear. I'm a nana. I'm a sailor. I'm a seeker. I'm a moon goddess, earth lover, water mama, and fire wisdom. I am the creator of the Yoga to Life online studio. I've been teaching yoga for over 20 years. I can't hardly believe that. I've got my 500 hours in. I'm an author and creator of the book and DVD Yoga on Board, a guide for cruisers and liveaboards, AKA I am a sailor. And I'm yoga psychology certified, yoga to life coach, and also a doTERRA executive wellness advocate, which is what, there we go. Bringing this into integrating the essential oils into my business. So now it's your story. So I'm going to stop the screen share, and I'd love to hear from you. What is your name? Where are you? Have you used oils before? What's your story with oils? And why are you here tonight? So before we get into the juice of tonight, I want to go into the heartbeat of doTERRA and why I chose doTERRA. A little bit about my story with doTERRA. I have been using essential oils for too many years to count, just like Whole Foods purchases. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I was getting ready to move into an RV. My husband and I at the time were going to travel, live in an RV and travel around. And we had 3 birds, 2 macaws, a harlequin in blue and gold, and Chief, my cockatoo, which some of you may have seen him. He's in bed now, though. But we were getting ready to move into this small space. And I know how sensitive the birds are, and I did not want to bring in the cleaners, the harsh, toxic cleaners into that small space. So I started researching what essential oils were safe for birds specifically. The only one I could find at that time was another company, and there was actually a book about using their oils with birds. And so I went with that company, and I was with that company. And then I started, I was using them and integrated them in my home, in my life, with my meditation. They supported me during a traumatic time in my life a couple of years ago. And this is when I decided to begin to integrate it into my business plan. Except I had been with this other company, and it also is an MLM, and had no support. I reached out to corporate. I tried to find out, because I had just signed up online, so I didn't know who was my upline or anything. And I never got any response back. And so this spring, after COVID, and after I went into my online studio and everything, and really got serious about implementing these into my life, I started doing my own research about the company I was with and doTERRA, and looking at their purity levels, looking at their testing. And what I discovered was that even though nobody has written a book about using doTERRA with birds, oh, maybe that should be on my list of things to do. Anyway, doTERRA's testing and purity levels far outweighed this other company. I love the fact that they have the third-party testing, and that the certified pure therapeutic grade oils aren't just done in-house. I love the fact that they have the co-impact sourcing. And so the oils are sourced, the plants are grown in indigenous areas where they grow best, where they can become the best that they can be. And I love the transparency of the company. I love the fact that you can look at the bottom of the oil bottle and type that in to the sourcetoyou.com website and see where exactly that oil was grown and where it was made and all of that. And the Healing Hands Foundation that doTERRA supports, just in the short time I've been with doTERRA, I've had personal experience with them. They have done, the things they do worldwide is amazing. A friend of mine, actually my very first customer, lost her home this summer in the California fires. I reached out to Healing Hands, and within a day, they got back to me and said, fill out this order form, and for how many families do you need? So I had my customer find out it was her, they lost their home, and 4 of their close friends in their neighborhood lost their homes. And so doTERRA supplied, it was like over $500 worth of oils split up among these 5 households to support them in getting through this, because it was very interesting. One of the first things that Jody said to me, my customer, she's like, this was the morning before they even knew they lost their house or anything. They just knew they had evacuated and the fire was there. She's like, Kim, I lost my oils. I don't know what to do. So Healing Hands has just been phenomenal. So what exactly are essential oils? The essential oils are the essence of the plant. They are the part of the plant that supports the plant itself. They're a gift from the earth, which actually is what doTERRA means, a gift from the earth. And they're distilled and prepared, and so they bring the power of this plant medicine into our homes in this easy access way. Inside the plants are the highly potent chemical compounds, which are the natural compounds to the essential oils. The essential oils are what gives the plant its scent, protects it from hazardous environmental conditions, and even assist it with its own pollination and procreation. So essential oils are way more than just natural products. Each one of them, just like you and I, have a very unique chemical makeup with dozens and dozens of benefits for the body and the mind. There's 3 ways to use essential oils: aromatically, topically, or internally. And I will qualify the internal as doTERRA only, because doTERRA is so pure. It's the only one that is really safe to use internally. And so aromatically, you can inhale from the bottle, use a diffuser, or even just drop some oil in your hand and smell it in that way. Topically, you can dilute it with fractionated coconut oil. I have a lot of rollers that I use. I even have given my 2-year-old granddaughter her own rollers. She's got one for the morning, one for the evening. She uses the lavender and copaiba in the evening. She knows exactly what to do. She rolls it on the bottom of her feet, and then she puts a little in the palm of her hand and smells it in. And in the morning, she uses the On Guard roller before she goes to her daycare, so to support her immune system. And then internally, you can use it for digestive upset with some of our special oils, peppermint, DigestZen. You can use it to support the immune system. One of my favorite things to do internally is I use copaiba and frankincense under the tongue to support me with my anxiety. So let's go a little bit deeper. So we're going to actually get into why we're all here tonight. So preparing your space. So we're doing a new moon manifestation ceremony this evening. So before any ceremony or ritual, you want to prepare your space. So you want to clean your space, set up an altar. You saw behind me, I've got my entire fireplace as my altar, because this is where I sit and meditate. This is where I do my yoga. You can have altars. If you look around your house right now, I will bet that you see several different altars. An altar doesn't have to be mystical or magical. An altar can simply be a collection of family photos, even a collection of books that are meaningful to you. Whatever it is that evokes emotion in you can be on an altar. So you want to set up some sort of altar. And as we prepare to do this, if you want to hop up and grab something you can set next to your device, if it's a crystal or a candle or a photograph of someone that's meaningful to you, or a card, whatever it is, if you want to just set something there to create your own little altar around the device that you're watching this on. And then as far as cleansing the space, I go back and forth with a couple of different oils. So the Purify oil is a purification blend. It helps clean the space, right? It's got the lemon in it and citronella, I believe. So it helps prepare the space. This would be a good one to diffuse for the few hours prior to. I also have a spray that I use, which actually I'm going to talk to you on the next slide. So Purify really assists individuals in releasing the toxic emotions and entering a cleansing state. It provides freedom from past habits and patterns. And this is a blend of different oils, and I need to find out what those oils are. You can, like I said, diffuse it in a room diffuser, and this will help facilitate emotional breakthroughs. Or you can apply it to the bottom of your feet to promote releasing of old limiting beliefs and behaviors. And this takes us back to that cycle of thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and behaviors, right? Because when we are stuck in this cycle, we need to break the cycle. Otherwise, it's blocking us from anything new entering our lives. So, and the clary sage is also a great way to cleanse the space. I have a spray bottle because I've got the bird. I don't get to burn sage anymore because he's very susceptible. His lungs are very sensitive. So I use the sage and cedarwood room spray that I'll spray before I meditate each morning. So clary sage assists individuals in changing their perceptions. It dispels darkness and illusions. So it helps you see your limiting belief systems. Again, going back to that cycle. And it gives you the courage to see the truth. It assists you in opening creative channels, clearing creative blocks, and increasing the ability to visualize and imagine new possibilities. Combine this with cedarwood in a spray bottle with filtered water to use as a room spray to invite spiritual clarity and community. That's what the cedarwood does. It brings in that sense of community. So that is preparing your space for any ceremony or even just a daily meditation. And then going into oils for meditation. So two of my favorites, one of my favorites, Melissa, and I've actually got Melissa and the green Mandarin in my diffuser tonight. So I've got one for manifesting and one for the meditation. So the Melissa brings light. So it awakens the soul to truth and light. It invites you to release everything and anything that holds you back from reaching your fullest potential. It also assists us in receiving spiritual guidance by connecting us to that inner voice. Sharing you can diffuse it, or you can take some under the tongue. I'm not real crazy about the taste of Melissa, so in a capsule or in water, if you want to do it internally, but I love diffusing it. This is also my Sunday morning diffusing, because Sunday morning is my self-care Sunday. So I just spend the morning reading and having some tea, my Melissa diffusing. It's amazing. And my next favorite is the frankincense, the king of all oils. Frankincense is the oil of truth. So it invites you to really let go of any lower vibrations. This is one of the highest vibrational oils there is. We're going to talk more about vibration when we get into some of our manifesting oils too. So it really invites you to let go of all the lower stuff, the negativity and stuff. It reminds us that we're loved and protected. It's a very, very powerful oil, but also very gentle. You can use it with your children. It enhances practices of prayer and meditation. This is why it's used so much. When you go into Catholic Church, they will be using, burning the frankincense, because it really opens up those spiritual channels to the individual to connect with their higher power. You can diffuse it to uplift the mood and energy levels, and it helps freshen the air. My favorite is in a roller. I keep a roller. I've got a plain frankincense roller sitting there. And then for manifesting time, I have frankincense and Let's See roller combined, which we'll talk about Let's See here in just a little bit. But I just roll it in the palm of my hands. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths, just really inhaling it. So I'm using it topically, aromatically, and then I rub it on my face. And I do this before each meditation each morning. All right. You guys ready to get to work? All right, so this is the fun part. So we're going to get to work, and I encourage you, actually, we'll have some time in just a minute, but hopefully you've got a journal handy because we will be using a journal. We are going to go into our meditation right now. If you have the space, partway through the meditation, we will be bringing in mantra. And the mantra will be Om Shrim Lakshmaye Namaha. Om Shrim Lakshmaye Namaha. And I'll leave this up here. So if you'd like to join me in the chanting, the mumbling, and then the repeating it silently to yourself, it's very, very powerful. And we'll do that partway through. We will be doing it 108 times. And I will be using my mala beads to count the number of times we do it. And so I ask you to now just get comfortable and with the eyes open, just begin to really look at this image in front of you on the screen, the Lakshmi. She is the goddess of prosperity, goddess of abundance. And we're going to call in her being so we can internalize it, internalize her qualities. So just really look at some of the symbolism in front of you, the colors, and just begin to notice any feelings or sensations that may begin to arise. We're also going to introduce mudra. So we'll be using mantra and mudra within the meditation. So we're going to begin with the Anjali mudra, which is a gesture of prayer and gratitude. So this is simply bringing the palms together before the heart center. And just bring to mind everything that you are thankful for. Whatever pops into your head, just say thank you. Just be in that state of gratitude. Receiving abundance always begins with gratitude. Feel that gratitude move into your heart. Notice how it feels. Begin to connect with the breath. Continuing to be aware of how you're feeling. Throughout our time together, you'll be observing the thoughts, being aware of the emotions that are created. Now, keeping the palms together, point the fingers outwards, away from the body, keeping the wrists, the outside of the hands, and the fingertips together. Spread the thumbs out to the sides like open wings, creating the space to receive. So your hand should look like a bowl or an alms bowl. This is Adhara Mudra, the mudra of the gesture of receiving. So as you hold this mudra, just begin to notice any feelings that are arising now. When I hold this mudra, I not only feel the receipt part of receiving, but I also feel the giving part of receiving. It's a complete cycle. We receive, we give. When we give, we receive. So remaining connected with the breath, begin to notice how your breath is gently directed into your solar plexus, that third chakra space. This creates a space of receptivity in which you naturally open to receive more abundantly. With continued awareness on the breath, bring awareness to the space within your hands as a symbol of your openness to receive all of life's bounty. Your open hands also affirm that you are ready to release any beliefs of unworthiness or inadequacy that could keep you from receiving. Now imagine yourself surrounded and infiltrated by rose gold light. Feel Lakshmi at your back, protecting you, encouraging you, and inspiring you with her beauty and presence. Feel her enveloping you with love and abundance. Again, I encourage you to chant with me if you're comfortable doing so. Om Shrim Lakshmaye Namaha. Om Shrim Lakshmaye Namaha. So we're calling her into us. Om Shrim Lakshmaye Namaha. 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 Om Shrim Lakshmi 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 Namaha. 3 more. Om Shrim Lakshmi Namaha. Om Shrim Lakshmi Namaha. Om Shrim Lakshmi Namaha. And now mumbling, bringing her closer to us. Om Shrim Lakshmi Namaha. 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 And silently repeat to yourself, Om Shrim Lakshmi Namaha, internalizing her. Connecting with Lakshmi, we begin to place her inside of yourself, transferring the essence of Lakshmi inside of you, body, mind, and heart. Bring into your being all that Lakshmi represents: wealth, beauty, prosperity, abundance, good fortune, eternal happiness, love, positive opportunities, illuminated light. Activate the awareness and essence of Lakshmi inside of yourself. Recognize that you are the embodiment of the goddess Lakshmi. Om Shrim Lakshmaye Namaha. And release the mantra. Now begin to reflect on that which you are asking to receive, noticing both your surface level needs as well as your deeper intention for self-love. Make your request to the divine source which lies within you, choosing words that reflect your intention clearly from the deepest part of your being. Visualize that which you have requested within our hands as a manifest reality, envisioning all the ways that it will support your life journey. And now surrender your request, recognizing that the universe always provides exactly what you need, allowing you to continue your journey with openness and receptivity. Affirm your openness to receive by silently embracing these words. I open to receive abundantly by aligning my needs with the one source energy. I open to receive abundantly by aligning my needs with the one source energy. I open to receive abundantly by aligning my needs with the one source energy. And gently release your hands into your lap. Become aware of your breath, the sensations within the body. And whatever feelings or emotions have arisen. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, returning your gaze upon the altar of Lakshmi. Om Shrim Lakshmaye Namaha. And now it's time to get to work, ladies. So setting your intention. So the oils that I like to use, some of the oils, let's see, is my new favorite for manifestation. This is the oil of manifestation. Unfortunately, let's see is a specialty limited edition. We got it last month. I believe it was the product of the month. And so it's no longer available until the next time it is. That it is a super powerful mobilizer of the will. It helps to encourage individuals to follow through on their inspiration and promptings. And I don't know about you, but that's my get. I get inspired. I am the idea girl. I get prompts and then I just let it drop. So I am loving the Let's See for that reason. It invites you to have the confidence to act on the information, your intuition, and to trust in the wisdom that may be beyond current understanding. It instills courage to face the fear that comes immediately after inspiration. Anybody can relate to that? Hands up. Yes. We get encouraged, or we get inspired, or I get inspired, and then that doubt steps in. And this Let's See really supports in keeping the doubt, keeping that fear away. It acts as a catalyst for living in accordance with your higher purpose. So you can trust your higher purpose and live in alignment with it. This provides the internal compass and helps us to get out of our own way. This is why this is my favorite oil. It's the manifestation of infinite possibilities. I love, love, love this oil. Hopefully everyone got it last month. Another brilliant orange for manifesting is wild orange. It is the orange, or the orange, it's the it's the oil of abundance. Wild orange inspires abundance, fosters creativity, and supports a positive mood. It teaches us of the true meaning of abundance. It reminds the soul of the limitless supply found in nature. Wild orange also inspires limitless solutions for problems and issues. We are, at our core, true abundance. Wild orange is there to remind us of this. So this is a great one to use also for manifesting, and it is always available. And another one is the green mandarin, which is the oil of pure potential. It's a very bright and cheerful aroma, and it helps us remember the budding excitement that we once felt about life. Now, this is an oil specifically, and an orange, and let's see also, earlier this evening, I mentioned very briefly about vibration when we were talking about the frankincense. Oils have certain vibrations. We have a certain vibration. And the higher our vibration goes, the more we are likely to attract abundance. So using oils raises our vibration. And some of these are some of the highest vibrational oils. So using the green mandarin to support us in remembering the excitement we used to have about life, and remind us that we have direct access to that pure potential and boundless opportunities, that excitement, the joy and the journey, and the wonder and hope. All of these things raise our vibration. So you can see how the green mandarin also is a really great oil to use. And pretty much any of the citrus oils are really going to support raising that vibration in that respect. So if you have any of those oils, go grab them. And just real quick, I wanted to go over Om. The sound Om in the yogic tradition, and it's a four-part sound. And it's very, very important because it is the beginning and the end. You can hear it anywhere. If you are quiet in your home, you will hear this sound. If you are quiet, the silence in nature, anywhere you are, you will always hear this sound if you listen close enough. So it's ah, u, and silence. The ah represents that outward knowing, the conscious, the waking part of our being. It's looking at it from a coaching perspective. It's a word. It's something concrete. It's a phrase, right? The u is our inward knowing. We go into that subconscious, the dreaming state. From a coaching perspective, it's an understanding. So we go from something concrete, the word or phrase, to an understanding. The yogic perspective, it's the unknowable, the unconscious, the deep sleep. That's that shadow that we can't see. And from a coaching perspective, this is that part of intention setting that is meaningful and measurable. All right. So we have a single word or phrase. We understand that phrase, and then we make it meaningful and measurable. And then the silence represents that meditative state, that pure bliss, pure consciousness. This is that transformation of bringing insight into action. So we're going to actually utilize this sound here in just a little bit, but I wanted to go over this before we begin journaling. So if you don't have something to journal with, go grab something quick. We will be journaling and then sharing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This is a new way of journaling that I've recently discovered, and I am loving it. It's a 3-part journaling exercise. We declare, we embody, and we appreciate. And actually, I was going to read you, where is it? My journal entry from today. So you kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. So we make a declaration. So it's like that first sentence, and you should be opened up at this point after invoking the qualities of Lakshmi, bringing her in to the body, and the breathing and releasing and relaxing. So you should be opened up to whatever is there to declare. And I've been doing this on a daily basis. And so each morning, the first declaration that comes out, that's what I work with. Whatever just comes out. So don't make this perfect. This is something that you can do, and it can evolve, and it can change, and you've got so many areas of your life. What we're going to be doing tonight is not going to be, all right, this is it, and this is all my intention is. It's just one. All right. So it's one declaration, just a part of your full intention, so you can practice. So when we declare, so my declaration for this morning, I'm actually going to put on my glasses because I was journaling very quickly and the reading's a little bit tough. All right. I declare, it is so freaking cool that I am now financially abundant and have the freedom to follow my heart, explore the earth, and live a healthy, joy-filled life. Embody that. You embody the declaration. This is the visualization. You bring in all the senses and you get very specific. I wake up each morning super excited to start the day, wondering who will have dropped into my studio or classes that I get to connect with or support on their journey. Each woman is unique and committed to their growth, making my job in quotation marks so easy. I have travel plans on the books for both personal fun, exploration, and retreats and charters to gather our virtual community together in person. I have so many friends that I love traveling with and playing with in my home on the lake. We have fires by the lake and love playing in and on the water. I love escaping the cold winters and spending time on warm, sandy beaches and boats. The third part is appreciation, bringing forth and cultivating that sense of gratitude. I am so grateful for the life I have created and all the amazing souls that surround me in my personal life and in the studio. Every moment is one to be cherished. I bow my head in gratitude each moment. So you can see how there's that three parts. The declaration, this is the fact, this is it, and it's done in present tense as if it's already happened. Then you embody it, getting very descriptive. You can bring in all the senses, the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything with the feel. If you're curled up in a blanket, whatever the feel is. Like when I wrote about the warm sandy beaches, I felt it as I was writing it. And then you're grateful, you're appreciative. So if you haven't already, go ahead and begin journaling. And I'm going to leave this up there so you make your declaration. It's just one phrase, one statement. And then you embody it. And then you appreciate it. And when you're embodying this, you're visualizing, you're getting very, very specific. In a few more minutes. All right, let's start to wrap it up. But this is something, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can play with it. And this is just a journaling technique to begin manifesting. Every single morning, I encourage you to do this exercise. Declare, embody, initiate. So we're going to wrap it up. And now we're going to come back to Om. So what we're going to do is literally raise the vibrations in our body. We're going to embody what we've written, embody that intention, and using the vibration of the body, using that sound. We're not going to actually do the Om, but we're going to make that sound. So I invite you to just start humming, just You will feel, as you do this, you will feel your mouth vibrating. You can feel the bones in your face vibrating. So just feel that vibration in the body. Continue to hum. And then using your hand, we're going to use the hand to guide the vibration. So continue to hum, tapping the forehead, bringing that vibration up into the third eye. Feel the vibration literally in the skull, in that forehead area. Tap the top of the head, bringing that vibration all the way to the crown of the head. Continue to hum, continue with the sound. Feel the body vibrating. And now we're going to drop down, come down into your throat. So you should feel all the vibration in the head, in the entire head, tapping your throat. Pull that vibration down into the throat chakra. Bring the vibration down into the throat chakra. Now into the heart, tapping the heart. Continue to hum. Feel the vibration lowering down. As we get lower in the body, you might have to really concentrate. Bring the vibration lower, tapping on the belly, that gut brain. Bring the vibration all the way down here. Continue to hum. And down into the second chakra, just below the belly button. Continue to hum. Might be getting a little tricky now, feeling that vibration there, but you can do it. Just continue to hum. Feel the vibration. And all the way down to the root chakra. Continue to tap. Pull it down, using the hand to guide that vibration, to guide the movement. Continue to hum. And stop. Feel the silence. Feel the entire body vibrating. You might still be able to hear the sound and still feel the vibration within the body. Allow yourself to connect with the rhythm of the breath. And again, fill the heart with gratitude. Allow your thoughts, feelings, and emotions to gravitate towards gratitude. I invite you to look back at your declaration and a visualization, embody it, and really feel the gratitude for this already happening. How freeing is it going to feel? How easy, how exciting, how joyful that this has already happened. Invitation to manifest. So I encourage you every single day throughout the day. You can set little reminders on your phone, whatever you need to do. Monitor your thoughts. That's where it all begins. That's where it all begins. So we have to start monitoring our thoughts. I encourage you to declare, embody, and appreciate doing that journaling exercise every single day. Evening, morning, whenever it works for you, you've got to make it work. Reach out to me for support. I'm here. You both know how to get a hold of me. My text or my phone number is right there, so you can zip me a text. I'll get you in my phone and we'll be connected. And Becky, you've got your oils. Mandy, you've got your oils, but we need to talk about getting you a little bit more education in that arena.
Yeah.
You're in the studio, except I want to see you in the studio.
Yes.
If you're interested in looking at my online studio, which is Yoga to Life, so it's yes, I offer live yoga classes, I offer recorded yoga classes, meditation classes, all of that. But there's also a lot of coaching that takes place, much like we did tonight. We've got monthly group coaching calls with different focuses, and they're a little bit less structured than this is tonight. It's more was really diving deep and getting everything out on the table. And so there's a lot more, there's a lot of life coaching and stuff that goes on in there, and more getting added to it. And when you're a part of the studio, you also have free access to all my group growth programs. So that's really exciting. So the thing to remember is to act. Action changes things. And the first action to take is to monitor those thoughts and emotions, which affect everything else. So that is all I've got tonight. A little bit about the online studio. Within the online studio, you also get a 6-week course. I don't know if you've ever done yoga before or not, but there's a yoga foundations course that takes you through how to get started and the very basics and yoga as a whole. And of course, the group programs are part of my Shine, Heal, Evolve, my She programs, which we all get to shine, heal, and evolve. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. It has been such a pleasure. I love doing the new moon ceremonies. And I do have a intro to yoga workshop or intro to yoga class. It's not really a workshop. It's more of just like a webinar type thing on Wednesday, 2 days from tonight. And then my winter solstice ceremony, which is going to include yoga nidra along with intention setting next Monday, a week from tonight. So registration link will be up there or down there somewhere. And so thanks again for joining me for this.